I'm back. I just made a little tutorial. Um, so yeah, I made a little tutorial on how to do this. I was having issues with the game. Uh, it's okay. Got it sorted. I just released that video for rocket science. I'm gonna get a copyright strike on YouTube. Hold on. Uh, no. Okay, cool. The owner allows the content of my last video to be used on YouTube. Good. And God, I need to stop playing music on my YouTube streams, dude. I'm not trying to get banned. Rocket science time. We're gonna go ahead and work on our stage. We needed another stage before this one. For deep space. Because this one is just ain't cutting it, bro. Alright, so what I want to do is put that there like so. Gonna do that. Now I think actually I get it now. I get what that's good. Fucking genius. Oh my goodness. Alright. I get it now. Okay. I get what that new part is for. That's awesome. Damn. Oh, cool. Okay. Awesome. Okay. 3,000. Awesome. What about you? 91. 5,000. Cool. 5,000. Delta V right there. Wicked. How's it going, Techno Freak? I'm back. I had to make a little YouTube tutorial for or not a YouTube tutorial, a Twitch tutorial for the rocket science Discord. Which was pretty cool. So that's in the because there was some people having troubles trying to figure out how to use rovers. So I did like an explanation video on it. All right, so I really wish I could use these engines, but I cannot. So I'm gonna have to it's 11 TWR. Is 31 TWR. Our baskets go right. Now I gotta get a tube. I could get a tube actually. You know what? This tube could be the play. Right, like that. That's at 3,900 on 54. Then if we go to our rockets, we can place them right there. That's 84 TWR. If you hold left shift and click, it'll copy the part that you're using. That's 3,000 TWR. Now, what we can do is grab our fuel container and place them like that. Oh, it's wicked sweet, dude. That's 3,700. And we can stack these in an array. 4,000. Ooh, TWR is down to a 97 though. I do not have another area for a rocket. What if we remove that? We grab a 3,000, 3,700, 3,900, 4,000, and TWR is 96. Huh? RD. That's 3,000. That'll get me into the atmosphere of Mars pretty good. That's 3,772. Now, if I go ahead and do that, it's 3,800. 4,000, but that goes down to 94. I got an idea. Alright. I'm gonna grab this piece here. place it there like that. Okay, I'm gonna delete this stuff. Now, I'm gonna get this adapter. Yeah. And then I'm gonna hit my R key, rotate. I'm gonna hit my C key, make sure we're rotating everything. For my symmetry mode. And make sure these are straight. Yeah. I hit my G key. And then I'm gonna grab my rockets. Now I'm gonna be able to place 2 of them. Yeah. Now here's the problem. If this basket is clipping on anything, it'll break it. So we need to lift this. Like that. Perfect. Alright, so that basket can release the Kraken. You know what I mean? Alright, then we're gonna grab this piece. Hit this shift key. And now we have 3,700. I hit the shift key one more time. Awesome. So it means we can go pretty much crazy on fuel this time. Because we still have a lot of TWR left over. Now we can use the ball fuel. Now what does that give me? That's giving me 3,889. We still have a lot of TWR, so I think it'd be safe to add another fuel stage. Oh my gosh. It's the amount of room I have to work here is phenomenal. So now I can go crazy and stack these guys up. I didn't like that at all because it's clipping into it. Okay. So we're at 4,300. Okay, and if I add you and you 4,600 and you 4,800. So these guys are not adding that much to it. They're kind of hurting it, really. Kind of hurting my TWR a little bit. Or not TWR, they're hurting my my consumption. Now these guys, 4,600 versus 4,300. These guys are adding 600. 4,100 versus 4,300. Yeah, so these guys are better. I know work is so insane. It'll get you, man. $4,600. So again, there's something I gotta bring up. A lot of people don't understand is that meters a second, the impact tolerance of a engine is humongous. Because if the higher a impact tolerance is, the more the more meters a second it will give you, okay? So if there's an engine that's got like 6.0 impact tolerance for 6.0 meters a second, all right, versus 9.0 meters a second, all right, it's not going to give you as much as the 9.0. So bigger impact tolerance equals higher meters a second, right? A higher delta P. A lot of people don't realize that. So that's 4.0, right? It's not good. You know, 7.0, 9.0, 5.0, 7.0, 8.0, 8.0, 8.0, 6.0, 6.0, 8.0, 8.0, 9.0, 8.0, 6.0, 4.0. That works in Kerbal the same. 4.0. So I really want my 9.0. This is 7.0. So it won't fit. How many 7 and 0.0s can we fit in here? Right? We can fit 3 7.0s. And that dropped my... There we go. TWR is 1.03. That's as efficient as that stage can get. So that's 4,685. Next stage. You know, and you want to really scrunch your stages up, you know. All right, so next stage will be the I guess transfer to big. No. We go this stage right here. We just want to I want to see something. Oops. I put you on here. It's 873. It's not good. Because it's got to push everything above it. Yo, what's up, John? Are you, John? You really want me to play my Monster Hunter Worlds? I don't know, John. I played that game a million hours. And I was like, I had the lathe, and I just kept hitting everybody in the head with my lathe over and over again. Or not everybody. I was hitting the monsters in the head. I was just mount spamming. $5,000 for TWR. Wicked, dude. No way. 4,000 TWR. Good. Golly. That's 8. 9. Good golly, Miss Molly, dude. This rocket is fast. The lathe. So that's 4,003. Oh, man. I wanted to get that to about 5,000. I want to get that to about 5,000. What's that TWR? That's 104. I can't go any higher than that. Unless I go super big. But I think, yeah, because I want to keep this rocket small. I'm going to go Jumbo Giants already, early. Because this guy will get me to... No, this guy's got to get me to Mars. Now I go Jumbo big. Now I need 5,000. Now I need 5,000. Right, so let's stage this rocket again. Oh, God. 1, 2, 2. And then 1, 3, 4, 4. A couple. Blast off. That's 3,000. Good. 1,000. Could be better. 3,000. About 5,000. That's about 5,000. And this guy's about 5,000. So bigger. More. Okay, better. 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 2, 2, 3,000, 4, 5, 1,000, 2,000. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6,000. It takes about 4,000 to get out of Earth's atmosphere and into, like, starting to travel. That's 3,000. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? So you gotta deduct 4,000. 7, 6, 5, 4. No. Sorry, let me re-say that. 3,000. 1,000, right? 3,000. So that's 3,000. And we need to get to 10. More. Okay. Longer burn time. It's a 2.2 TWR. You don't have enough. That's what's fucking everything up. I was like, what? So we'll just put 2 of you in there. 1. That gives me 114, 202. One. I don't know why that's red. Anyway, that's 2,9. That's 3,000. 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5. So we're at 5,000. We need 5,000 more. All right, see you when I get home. Trying to close up shop. All right, Techno. I will, yeah, just DM me on Twitch. All right, that gives me 99. That gives me 1, 3, 3, 4, 5. Good. Let's test it out. I think it'll be okay. Nope, we're gonna need more thrust. We're not lifting off the pad. There we go. Alright. It'll be nighttime launch. Very dark. Ominous, isn't it? Well, 1,800 meters a second. We're on 3,000. I'm dropped down on the equator now. I'm going about 4,000. And now, we're rotisserie. Because this is, uneven with the, solar thrust line, so we're gonna need you to change that. Arjun, dude, your fucking graphic update is so fire, dude. I love the textures. The lighting engine is so good. Our thrust line is throwing me all over the place. $2,000. $3,000. $4,000. When you see a yellow square, make sure you hover over it so the game inquires it. Oh, sickness. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Gravity turn. We need to head to 60. Turn 90. Road brake. Two seconds and lock. Now rockets should be falling now. Oh, great. And 50,000. Pressure is 30. We're going 2,000 right now. 2,400. We have light on the rocket now. $3,000. Knock equator. Gravity turn. That's Gucci. Oh, it's Gucci, dude. I could probably get that stage to fly hard. I need to know how much more I need in the tank. Yeah, this is a great stage. A slow burn. $4,700. We're 5,000. 6,000. That TWR is going crazy right now. 6,200. These engines are efficient, dude. $6,670. 7,000. Oh man, that was crazy. 8, 9, 10. I'm 3 off. Wow. Those engines are no joke, dude. Those engines are no joke. Let's go ahead and get rid of all this debris. It's lagging up my computer. We just launched like 5 freaking rockets. This game has residual memory, so all of your parts, pieces, everything will stay in the game. Alright, so we need to add more fuel. $5,000, dude. Oh my. This rocket is a god rocket. Oh, stunning. This is my fuel level right here. $3,000 meters a second. Come on. That's 5,000. I did a little time warp, so we don't gotta wait the whole burn. $6,000. $7,000. $8,000. You're about 9,000. No, we got it to about 9,000. Cool. $9,000. Oops. Got a lot of parts of rockets. Flooding up my CPU. Gonna need to change that to get it to around. We're gonna need 1,000 more. That should be 1,000 more. I'm gonna switch it to daytime. I'm tired of these night shit. I'm gonna release the fairing. Stage 2. Stage 3. Here we go. good. Ooh, good. 3,500. What a strange noise that rocket makes. Yeah. There's a bunch of gases being shoved through a really small tube. It's going... basically a whistle. A rocket's pretty much a really high-powered whistle. But for real. Jarvis, what is the sound of a rocket? Alright, I need to change 2 things about the rocket. Alright, here we go. So we got the 8,000. Okay, we're good, we're good. Let's go ahead and self-destruct them. When you lose FPS in this game, it's only because your computer can't handle all of that. Because you're making big rockets, and you just delete the parts, and then it fixes it. Alright, so I'm going to change the fairing type. Okay. Ideal. Alright, now I have to restage this whole rocket. Alright, so yay. Start from the bottom. Go 4, 4. Four. Decouple. 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 3. 4. 4. 3. 4. Above that. Decouple 3. Above that. Decouple 3 fairing, then decouple, then fire. It's important. You have to do it in the right order or your rocket will explode. Because it'll try to ignite while it's connected, and then it'll explode and create a bomb. Oh, I put that in the wrong. There you go. Okay, 3. And then fire, 7. There's another one in there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fire. Decouple 4. Oh, no, no, no. Decouple 11. Uh, 17. Decouple 17. Decouple. Fire. Release the drone. Okay. So I changed The fairing style, it's got 2x speed here. I definitely have been playing too much Kerbal. I keep forgetting that this planet is humongous. I need to add bombs too as well. In our game, you have bombs. You can use bombs to propel in space. I'm in 2x speed now because let's get over to 90. Let's get over to 30. Let's start climbing. Let's head over to 2x speed. Let's get on the equator. Just right before it, you know? We still want to climb. Alright, we're at 100,000, or we're at 100 kilometers, sorry. That's good. We can now, drop it on the equator, and we can race now. Oh yeah, that's a number I want to see. We're at almost 4,000 here. Now we're at 4,000. That's insanely good. This is the one. This is the one. Fairing. Ah, so beautiful. Fairing the stage 4,000. That we left off at 9,000. That means that this thing is gonna hit 10K. Oh boy. Good. Fly. Fly. Fly like the wind. Come on. Get to 10K. This number needs to hit 10K. Come on. Come on. Jarvis, can you hear me? Jarvis, can you hear me? Jarvis, are you there? Jarvis, can you hear me? Jarvis, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Jarvis, what's the fastest way to reach 10K in a rocket?
The fastest way to reach 10K in a rocket would be to use a high-powered rocket engine that is designed to accelerate quickly. You would also need to use a trajectory that is optimized for speed, such as a ballistic trajectory, to reach the desired speed as quickly as possible.
Jarvis, how would I calculate my mass to thrust to weight ratio? Jarvis, how would I calculate my mass to my thrust to weight ratio? This game's eating my CPU. Can't process my voice recognition. Jarvis, how would I calculate my mass to my thrust to weight ratio?
To calculate your mass to thrust to weight ratio, you will need to divide the total thrust of your engine by the weight of your vehicle. This will give you the ratio of thrust to weight.
Okay, we have a problem. This thing is stuck. Okay. We know what to do to fix that. Hey, Techno, are you back? If you are, join the Discord. I'll give you your key. Are you live on Twitch right now? No. He's not back from work, I guess. Jarvis, if I want to create a targeted thrust to weight ratio based off my mass, what is the mathematical equation to do that? Voice recognition is being interrupted by rocket science. I need a new CPU, dude. There we go. That'll solve that issue. Yeah, here we go. Going 3x speed now. Dunk it to 30. $5,200. Jarvis, can you hear me? Jarvis, can you hear me? $7,000. $8,000. $8,800. Oh, this rocket is, like I'm telling you guys, it's just getting a rocket to do what you want it to do in rocket science is incredibly difficult. Jarvis, can you hear me? Why is it not working? Jarvis, can you hear me? Jarvis, can you hear me? What the hell? Hold on. I'm gonna fix this. I think it has to do with, my microphone. Oh, I know why. Oh my god, that's why. Jarvis, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
My desktop audio sound was going through my microphone, so it was confusing the program. Well, that explains everything, dude. Jarvis, if I'm going to calculate my weight to get a targeted thrust to weight ratio in a rocket, what is the equation to do that?
The equation to calculate the thrust to weight ratio of a rocket is thrust/weight equals TW.
Jarvis, I have a rocket that weighs 500 pounds. I want it to have a TWR of 6,222.
To calculate the thrust required for a TWR of 6,222, divide the weight of the rocket, 500 pounds, by the TWR, 6,222. This gives you a thrust of 0.0806 pounds.
Jarvis, if I'm going to do that, how many rockets would that take?
It depends on the size and type of rocket you are using, as well as the distance you are trying to travel.
Jarvis, let's just say I'm using a J2 rocket.
Sure thing. What do you need to know about the J2 rocket?
Jarvis, I'm using a J2 rocket, and I want to get a calculated weight to get a 8.0 TWR. How much weight?
The weight of a J2 rocket can vary depending on the payload and fuel capacity. To get an accurate calculation, you would need to know the exact payload and fuel capacity of the rocket.
Jarvis, the weight of the payload is what I'm trying to find to make an 8.0 TWR for a J2 rocket.
Unfortunately, it is impossible to answer this question without knowing more information about the rocket's design and propulsion system. The weight of the payload will depend on the specific design of the rocket, the type of fuel used, the engine thrust, and other factors.
He needs more details. Okay. We'll do this. Jarvis, my rocket weighs 3,643.20 tons. There are 182 parts. The width is 14 by 9 meters, height by 87.7 meters, and length of 16.1 meters. What is the most optimal TWR for each stage? Say we're going with 7 stages in the rocket.
The most optimal TWR for each stage of the rocket with 7 stages would be approximately 0.7.
0.7. So 1.0.7. Yeah. That checks out. So if we have 7, let's just do it. Like, hold on. 0.25, 1.5, 0.7. Let's see my first stage stat here. Specific impulse. Or TWR. 1.7. Alright. Is that the version of the game? No. I'm just doing rocket science. Mathematics. Right now. I'm trying to figure out different things. And so a TWR would... And that's technically correct, 0.7, but then you take into the factors of atmosphere and all of that. So 1.7, so around 70. Now we want a TWR of 70 for a 7-stage rocket. So he's saying, 7.0, which it makes sense. Each stage adds another stage of TWR, increasing your TWR by decreasing your stages to get the maximum amount of efficiency for each of the rocket stages. That makes sense to me. I did already. He calculated the tons. So what he did is he calculated my mass 3,750.79 tons by my thrust to weight. So I asked him to do TWR, and then I asked him to efficient, what would be efficient for that. And so he's saying add 1 TWR for each stage. So a total of 7 TWR. So my second stage should be 2. My third stage should be 3. My fourth stage to be 4. And my fifth stage to be 5th and 6th and 7th. A 7.0 TWR. That's yeah. That makes wow. Jarvis, how do you calculate TWR?
TWR stands for time weighted return and is a measure of the performance of an investment over time. To calculate TWR, you need to calculate the total return of the investment over the period you are measuring and then adjust it for the time value of money. This can be done using the following formula. TWR equals end value, start value 1/period.
No. Like an asshole. Jarvis, how do you calculate thrust to weight ratio? Oh my goodness. He's like, oh yeah, this is how you invest your money, bro. Jarvis, how do you calculate thrust to weight ratio? My CPU's hanging up again. Great. Jarvis, how do you calculate TWR, thrust to weight ratio?
TWR, thrust to weight ratio, is calculated by dividing the total thrust of an aircraft or rocket by its total weight. TWR equals total thrust, total weight.
Yeah, so he did that for total weight or total thrust. So each stage is what he calculated. So what he did is he divided, right? He divided this into 7. So he divided my mass into 7, which was 3,750.79 tons. And then he calculated the thrust to weight ratio for every single stage. And then told me that it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yeah, no, you're not kidding about that, John. He's expensive, man. He's expensive to run. I try not to use him a lot. Asking him a question costs real money, by the way. Because he's running on Amazon Web Services, quantum computing, very small amount, and then he's also running on like 3 4090s, and he's also using ChatGPT's database for open source AI database for his AI neural network. I'm paying money to OpenAI. I'm paying money to AWS, Poly, and AWS Neuro, and AWS servers. So he runs on. It is used for mine. I use a small percentage of quantum computing in my AI. But I'm not going to use it anymore because I found a new way to get away from it. But the most expensive part is the 4090s running the AI unit. It's got about... The gas fee for it is like 58 cents per... And it depends on how much the AI is processing when trying to fulfill a request. So searching and skimming database is what the quantum API that I made does really quickly, so I can get instantaneous results. If I moved over to ChatGTP API, I could lose the quantum. But my quantum API to skim the database for the AI, which that's another neural network to do that. So it's just lightning fast wireless responses. So it's a lot of processing of different APIs working together. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna shove it over to just pay the fucked up fucking fees of ChatGTP. And then basically try to configure the APIs to work. What I'll do is I'll make a fact checker. So what I'll do is I will... Oh, you know what? That would be smart. So I still use my AI, but my AI would request... So I'd add a filter to ChatGTP to make a section locator to the... Oh, that's genius. So, alright. So how it works is in the database, it would tell you where the section of the data is. And then the filter would... A filter would say what section in the database the information is in. That would be sent to my AI running on the 4090s. And then my AI would be held the question or the input, and then it would respond. And then it would use AWS Poly to reply. That's how I could do it. Now I wouldn't have to use this complicated quantum thing. Yeah. But he's expensive right now. I need to, like, figure out how to get him less expensive. I think I'll do that in the next couple updates for Jarvis.
That sounds great. Be sure to have fun and make the most of your time together.
Thank you. Alright, it's kind of creepy. He just listens. Alright, so if we go here and go here, if I go down, Techno Freak, are you back? If you're back, let me know. If you join the Discord. One, 2, 1, and this would be 1, 4. So that needs to be 2.0. I'm gonna try what he just suggested. I don't know if it'll actually. No, I don't need decouplers. What am I doing? Whoa. That's a bug. Why is there a decoupler there? Okay. That's the TWR 3.10. Why is that TWR down? It makes no sense. Why is that TWR down? Oh, TWR reader is off. It'll fix it once it calculates it. Techno, yeah, let me know when you're in the Discord, man. So I can get you your key, dude. Drops at the 30. right, Techno. That's 9,000. So Jarvis was onto something.
Jarvis was onto something, but it is unclear exactly what he was onto. It is possible that he was onto a new invention or a new idea that he was working on, but it is impossible to know for sure without more information.
Hey, you're funny, dude. God. Oh, dude, he's got a sense of humor. It's hilarious. All right, yeah, Techno. Join the Discord so I get you your key. If you want. If you when you can. Oh yeah, so sorry, I had to decode that. Yeah, so it's basically in the panel section under my join us for gaming. Yeah, that's where it's at. And yeah, it'll be there. Alright, sick. There it goes. There goes my hero. I love that song, man. Watch him as he goes. Oh, man. Loud. Here we go. 7. Oh, yeah. That's delicious, dude. This thing is gonna go nuts. Once that fuel gets low, TWR goes crazy. This thing is blind. Gotta let the energy build up. I'm doing all this in the atmosphere, by the way. Yeah! More TWR. Now my long stage is just going to get me to 10,000. Let's do a time warp here. Get on the equator so we can get that gravity assist. What's that TWR? Is at 1.7. Yeah, you just do a long division of what would be 5 divided by 1 on that, so that's about 2 off. Because you're doing a long inversion burn. Is that escape? Oh, we're so close, dude. I still have 3,000. That's the rocket, man. I mean, I think I just use a little bit of these stages, you know, and I live. Ah, shit, that's good. That's good. All right. Base. Going to be going into a Discord. All right. Discord. And I'm going to send you a friend request. Sent you a friend request. Can you then after I add you, give me a link to your Discord if you want? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, send me a link to your Discord. I want to join. I want to get notifications when you go live, brother. Let me grab a Coca-Cola while you do that. Is because they don't share a server with the what? Hello. Okay. Sorry. The Discord had a stroke. You wouldn't mind hopping in a call, would you? Or no? Yeah, I got it. So Techno Freak, if you go into my Discord and you go down to the section where it says streams, you every time you go live, you can paste your link in there and advertise yourself to my community when you go live. Because I want to show you how to get to updates and stuff for rocket science. Because I gotta show you how to get to like the versions I'm on and how to jump from those versions. Yeah, that's how it's set up on my server too. You can just go to the stream section and then you just go to the bot and then you just post your link and then it'll do it. But yeah, I want to just walk you through it if that's cool. Or if you can't call right now, I can just show you. It's up to you. Whichever one you want to do, brother. Okay, all right. I'll just show you on stream then. Right now. So when you get rocket science, okay. Let me go to the main menu. When you go to rocket science, you'll see a Steam page, you'll see a Discord, so you just click on the Discord icon. Good place to be. So there's that. Okay. And then there's the Twitter and the YouTube. All right. So if I go to Steam, okay, you go to your library, you'll go down to where it says rocket science. Right. You'll go to manage, or sorry, you'll go to properties. All right. You go to betas and you're going to choose beta builds for testing and preview features. That's our main like update system as of now. So that's what you would want to do, right? To be able to get the latest and greatest. The base game is stable, that you're going to download and install. But it's like I was saying, it's lacking a lot of the new features, right? And then once we get everything hammered out in these beta builds, we make the base game the original, right? I'm going to show you how to get to your rocket files now. So you're going to hit Windows R or Windows Run or wherever you are on Linux. Your app data, your roaming, or sorry, app data, your local low, Umbi Games. So wherever this is on Linux, rocket science, saves, one, rockets. Okay. And then let's see. Let me see if he made it compatible with Windows and Linux. For you first. If we can make it compatible for Linux. All right, Windows required. And I can have him work on that. He's already working on it, but I can have him kind of do it uh, quicker, if that makes sense. So what, you use like a VM or something, or like a VM type process, like a Unity thing. However, you probably got it to work for however you got it to work for Kerbal, it probably will work because it's on Unity. So but I will definitely talk to him about getting it ported over to Linux easier. He's already working on it, but we've been putting things in the future, but I can try to get him to accelerate that. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this button, guys, cuz you can't I don't want to I'm about to do Steam things that are big keys and all that. All right. So we'll go here. See releases. Okay, good. I'm not sharing my screen. All the secrets are right here, man. Damn. Sketchy. Sketchy. All right. Okay. There you go. Don't share this with anybody, techno freak. I tell you, yeah, they're on screen. Redeem that as quick as possible. Um, it's yeah. So just redeem that so I can delete it, and then let me know when it's redeemed, so I don't. Yeah. Done. All right. Cool. Now I can do that and that, and now that does not work anymore. And now I can go to our secret files. Me and Arjun are going to make the best space game. I'm interested. No problem, dude. I just want you to get it to work. Like, I really want you to get it to work. It's like, I wish I could watch your screen right now on you trying to get it to work. Like, that's just like really all I want to do right now. Oh, God. like seriously. Because I just want to see how you do it. Cause I hate Linux. I despise it. I used to have it. I just got so sick and tired of like, oh yeah, unzipping a file. It's like freaking 50 million lines of shell. So I just give you props, man, for putting up with Linux shell and going through all those hoops. Linux is for a breed of people. I wish I could show you what's on my screen, guys, right now, because it is just cheat codes, dude. You know what I'm staring at right now? I'm just going to give you a hint. I'm going to give you guys a little hint. That's all I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you a tiny little hint now. All right. I'm staring at Atlas 5 blueprints. That's all I'm saying right now. That's all I'm saying. All right. That's all I'm allowed. I mean, I could technically tell you everything, but I'm not going to. All right. But that's what I'm looking at right now. That you got to piece it together. That's your hint. All right. Yeah, no, John. Oh, dead ass, dude. John, Ubuntu is a beastie server. I don't care what people say. That shit is reliable. John is a software developer. John, meet Techno Freak. Techno Freak, meet John. John's been in here for like 10 years. Um, John, no, you've been in here for like 6 years. No, I can't do time. 4.5 years. Yes, that is correct. 4.5 years. But it felt like 10. CentOS, dude. I remember CentOS. CentOS, man. That's old school. Ubuntu is like Windows taking your data now. Yeah. Yeah, I don't care. What are they gonna steal? They like everything knows everything about you now. CentOS, man. I want to download CentOS on a VM and just go nuts. Dude, oh my gosh. CentOS on a Raspberry Pi would be OP. John, did they update CentOS still? So is it super modern? What's Red Hat? I've never heard of it. It sounds like offensive cybersecurity pen testing. Only pen testing stuff that I've ever used was Kali Linux and Kali Red. But that was when I was just doing like DDoSing on my servers, trying to create a filter for my Ubuntu server for DDoS threats back in like 2019 or something. So I was trying like SYS DDoS attack scripts and stuff like that. And then I found the DNS, and then I was like, I can't stop a DNS flood, so I give up, dude. I'm not I'm not doing this anymore. And then I just paid for a service to, you know, to Cloudflare specifically. But yeah, I fucked around in Cali. That was it though. Oh man, I got that fast internet too. I got 3,000 downloads. It's tiny, our game. It's tiny, but it's massive. Yeah, if you want free CentOS stream, it's like Fedora now. Packages are too new. Okay. So they updated it. So that can't run on like a Raspberry Pi. Do you still have access to old Cent? No, then it's just insecure. Because there's probably like a shit. Yeah, then they don't offer it because of all of it. Oh, yeah. Think, mofo, think. Goddamn. Callie, and today I just escort the tools and stuff. And yeah. So with Kali, all of the tools on there are, they work on Linux, so you can just get them. Kali just comes with pre-installed like tools that are pretty not they're not what people are gonna use to like do modern day And they might use pieces and parts of like Kali's OS, but they're not going to use 100% of it. They're going to go outside of Kali to get things that are, to do evil things. Yeah, I know, John. I just wanted to like run Jarvis on a Kali. No, on a Raspberry Pi. Is it on a Kali? Golly, my head hurts. So Techno Freak, you're gonna be asking a lot of questions about this game. So I'm here to answer them. Because it's one thing that I do gotta like walk you through is just everything. So let me know. Oh, is it working? Yes. You got it. It's working, Techno Freak. On Linux. Success. Okay. Can you go to your task manager or the equivalent and see if it's eating the crap out of your CPU? Because our game, it don't do that. Your computer, literally, your CPU, your GPU should just be like idle when playing this game. Just completely idle. Like, it should be eerie how quiet it is. Is it quiet? Because I'm wondering how you did it. So if you did it, is what you're doing making it work harder? Yeah, I know. What I'm interested to know, right, is how you set it. How did you set up it to run Windows games on your Linux system? Are you using an emulation, or are you using like an application? Really? That's crazy. He's like, I'm not telling you how. It's a secret. Damn it, I want to know how. I'm sure it is, dude. John knows. John, you know how, right? John, tell me how. tell, tell me how to do it. I love information, dude. I love it. I'm an information hog. A researching psychopath. I'll find out how if you don't tell me. Don't worry. Yeah, I do too. Does it okay, so Techno Freak, does it run better than it does run on Windows? Because if that's the case, man, I get Linux, I do what you do, and then I run DCS at like 7,000 frames. Dude, alright, I'm just wondering. He's like, he's really not trying to tell me how. Techno Freak's like, oh man, I'm not saying a word. God damn it, dude. I know, John, you're interested now. Fucking God damn. I hate that fucking game. I already ranted about it. And I call it Scam Citizen. I've literally been backing them since 2017, and I bought a merchantman in 2017 for $1,579, and I have literally witnessed nothing but lies. Like their patch notes since 2017, at least over 60% of their patch notes have been completely fabricated fiction. And it's like they just tell everybody that this is going to come out, this is going to come out, and this is going to come out on this day. And then we're going to do this. And then they don't. And then everybody's hopeful for like 4 or 5 years. Then they fall off and leave. And then they brainwash the next group of guys to come in and be hopeful. And then they fall off and leave. It's like an endless loop, dude. Oh man, that company pisses me off, man. I used, dude, back in 2016, I was in Robert's freaking streams on Twitch when he was talking about the game before they even had completed the alpha or anything, and I was just like completely just head over heels like that's gonna be the greatest thing in the world. And I was a kid, and then he was just saying it's gonna be this, that, this, and the game runs on Amazon Web Services, dude. Whack. Can't even afford your own server, dude. By now, you have over $500 million in total revenue, and you can't buy yourself a server, dog. Sorry, I could go on for days. I don't hate people who like it. I understand. It just takes time for people because they get into it and they don't have a history of seeing the dirt and the grime and the slime, you know? And you can't force those opinions on other people, you know? They have to experience it, and either you will have a different outlook and say I don't care. I still like the mission, and it is what it is, and that's fine, you know? So take it for how you take it. Yeah, yeah. I can run Star Citizen at like 80 FPS. Is that RTX, or sorry, I have a R or XTX. But then it just drops. Some days the game doesn't even work, or the some days the freaking FPS is uncontrollable because the servers are 30K'ing left and right. Oh, it's just all the ships have like nothing in them. There's like no, they're making more ships, but then they're not completing a single ship. That's like, so they're like, oh, let's make another ship, and then not like put stuff in the ship. Let's just make another ship now, and then like say we're gonna put this stuff in this ship, and then not. And then say we're going to put stuff in this ship, but then instead make another ship and then put nothing in it. And then say we're going to put stuff in that ship. And then that ship's going to cost $150. That ship's going to cost $500. That ship's going to cost $280. And then we get money, and then they pray on God that their ship gets complete. And then we make another ship while they pray on God that that ship gets complete. And then we'll just do this for like 15 years and then shut the company down or something. And make like $25 million. Sounds good. You know what I mean, dude? You can't tell me that's not what they do, bro. It's what they do, bro. They're fucking fiction. It's like they're fucking. I can't even complete a sentence, dude. Their motherfucking patch notes are sci-fi fiction, dude. It's like reading a script from Star Trek. All right. Ugh. You know what I do? All right. I'm gonna just come out and flat out say it. All right. I will on free week. I will join the Star Citizen Discord. All right. And all the kids that are getting brainwashed by all the other brainwashed people in there. All right. I will go into voice channel after voice channel and just deter them and tell them the truth about the game. All right. And then they'll be like, oh shit, really? And then the other guys, right? And they're like, no, 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 listen, 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 listen. And they're like fishermen. They're trying to reel him in. They're trying to reel him in. They're trying to keep him, right? They're trying to brainwash him. And then we go to tug of war between him. And he's like, well, I see what Mr. Smithen'S saying. And, you know, he's been here longer than you guys. And then they're like, but you don't understand. The devs, they have funding issues. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. But I'm still not banned because I've given the actual moderation team of that Discord server arguments, right? That are just pure facts. I've pulled out patch notes from 2018, 2020, and I was like, hey, look at that. And they're like, well, damn. I kind of agree with you a little bit. And so, like, I've been reported by all these guys in that Discord, and I'm still not banned to this day. Because what I say and when I bring those arguments to the table, they're real, you know? Um, now how does it like 34 in ultra wide? Is that what? Yeah, no, I'm on ultra wide. It's working. Is your game not the right resolution? Because if it's not, I can have it added. What is your resolution? Okay, good. Is it right though? Is it stretched? Can you give me your resolution? So I can have it embedded? I think that's already embedded. Yeah, that's already. But what's the aspect ratio? 16 by 9, 21 by 9, 36 by 9, 21. Yeah, that's embedded. Okay. My resolution, that had to be my resolution is weird. I'm running 2560 by 1080p. 21 by 9. No. No. It's 2K. Oh, sorry, 3K. Technically 3K. No, it's 30, 31 or 32 inch. I don't run games at 4K. I need to get a new monitor eventually, but I do need to run games at 4K. They look better on stream. Yeah, 32. That sounds right. So Techno Freak, is it possible, right, to go find the Unbe Games cache file? Because that's something you're gonna need to navigate to frequently. So it'll look like this is the file structure. It's gonna look like this. Local. You're gonna see a file that says Umbi Games. You know, say Rocket Science. There'll be a mods folder. There'll be a saves folder. A Unity folder. And a game player preview and settings folder. So everybody on Rocket Science, you will go to one saves and you can actually set your flight plans there, but it's not implemented yet, but I know how to do it. Eventually it'll be there. Rockets, and then there's your rockets. And then you'll open your rockets file, and here is where you edit your rockets. Let me pull the Steam ID, then go to that folder. And it's a fake C drive. Okay, so if it's a C drive, all right, if it's a fake C drive, it'll be under where is app data? Okay. Okay. It'll be under here. Okay, it'll be under here. C drive, Windows, or sorry, C drive, users. No. C drive, 86. No. Program files. Where is it? Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought you said that there was a C drive. Because it's not going to be in the game files on Steam. That's what I mean. So if I go to C drive 86 Steam Common, I go to Steam Apps, I go to Common, I go to Rocket Science. It's not here. So it's not here. So that's yeah. It's in the cache. It's in the cache. So yeah, so it'll be in your app data. And then it'll be app data, but it'll be local low. Your local low. So if you can find the equivalent of that, local low, it should be there. And it's in your saves and one. In your rockets. It has to be somewhere, right? or it wouldn't run. Right. It's somewhere. It's somewhere in your file system. It's in where your caches are. he's like CD, 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 LS, CD, CD. Oh man. Oh yeah, you do need to create a game. A new game. He's a techno freak, bro. He'll figure it out. Oh yeah, yeah. You made it. Okay. I'm just making a Linux joke. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, dude. Hell yeah. So, with the system, it's a little weird. Building is a little strange, but we can't copy Kerbal. We don't want to get sued. So, that's why Juno, again, I said that like 3 or 4 days ago. That's why Juno, is different than KSP. That's why our game is different than KSP, because, you know, we can't have the same building system. They could, have a suit. We don't want that. So we have to use the Lego system. And you did get on the beta, right? You have the Christmas menu. So this is kind of hidden here. You have your spacecrafts and you have your sub-assemblies. And so this is where you build your toppers. And then you click on this and then it'll load in already built sections. So you can, bring in, pieces that are complex in your builder. This is where you build your sub-assemblies, your satellites, stuff like that. But that's what sub-assemblies are. Then you go to spacecrafts and then you hit the plus icon. And then you can work on your new rocket, your save, your fly. If you want to name your rocket, you hold left alt and left click on the name of the rocket. And then you can type name the rocket. Oh no, I was just telling you how to rename the rocket. And then you whenever your rocket gets glitched, duplicate your rocket. That's one thing where if you launch a rocket and the rocket goes up into the air and you go back into the editor and then you start trying to edit the rocket and then the pieces are not working and like it's not attaching to anything, right? You duplicate the rocket and then delete the old copy of the rocket, and then that will be editable. So that's one of the bugs that you got to watch out for. Like duplicating the rocket will fix the attachment points, because sometimes when you launch a rocket into the air, the game is still thinking that you're trying to edit the rocket that's in the actual map, and then that's what causes this bug. It's a part of Unity, so that's why we have duplicate. Duplicate will fix that Unity bug, and we're still trying to smash that. We were able to get that bug to be less frequent, but it still happens every once in a while, so that's how you fix that. As you can see, especially when you start making really big rockets like this, it gets really frequent, that bug. Okay, cool. Yeah, the tutorial is pretty cool. Steam Workshop, they have the KSP nav ball. I know you might like that, so somebody went ahead and made the KSP nav ball. For rocket science. Oh yeah, something to remember again is when you have a decoupler, make sure you decouple and then fire your rocket. It'll save you a lot of unnecessary explosion. I'm just trying to give you all the juiciness, so you know, this is a lot of hours of trial and error, and moon rockets will take a while. Now we did release these new engines, so it'll take a lot less while. Okay, 7. I have 3, 4, and 3, 7. Staging, a little monotonous, but you get used to it. We have 7. Yeah. Decouple, then fire. Okay. I then do that. I'll hover your mouse over this. It'll tell you the TWR in meters a second. If it doesn't tell you, run the rocket once, and then it'll update the info. You also want to do fairing before decouple and then rocket, or the fairing can get sticky. Yeah, I'm just going over little bugs, man. Little bug shoots, bug troubleshoots. That you'll just be able to figure out. Because there's no, you can't just Google it, because nobody really plays our game. Yeah. The tutorial is pretty funny. It's like, yeah, this is how you do it. Good luck. Basically, our tutorial is fuck you, find out, figure it out, bro. I love it, dude. Fucking love it. Yeah, this, it's hard. This game is hard, and that's what I love. Show me the part and let's go. Yeah, but like a crackhead, bro, you'll be a fiend, man. You're gonna be working a month and a half, 2 months on a rocket to get it just perfect. Just perfect. I mean, you just want every little piece and part to just be perfect. And you can achieve it, you know? Like my Omega Top Control rocket. I gotta show you that one. That rocket is a masterpiece. An absolute masterpiece. I'm detailed in KSP, like most freak out on the thing I add. They never think of for later use. Yeah, dude. You know? Study space and like literally study Apollo's books and Apollo's you know, tutorials and guides when playing rocket science. Apply the same engineering and you will see results. You know, like in Apollo, they say have as much of that as you can. They're like, you have this, you need 3 more of this. You have this, you need 6 of those, because if 1 fails, you have 5 more to go. If 3 fail, you still have 1 to go. You know? Like for the moon landing, they had, I think it was, they had 7. They had 7 fail-safes for the lander. And then the last failsafe was a crowbar. They had 2 crowbars. So if they had to pry the thing off with a crowbar, after like the other 5 things failed, they were able to do it. Genius engineers. Yes. Let me explain it. The ozone layer is something you didn't experience in KSP, okay? You're gonna get used to it, alright? Because once that ozone layer is gone, wherever that energy is, think of it like this. I'll use this analogy. I use this analogy a lot when playing rocket science. Here's me. Here's the atmosphere. It's pushing really, really hard on me, right? It's pushing really hard on me. And then all of a sudden, okay, all right, it's gone. It's gone, right? I got through the ozone layer. It's now boom, all right? So if you're aiming this direction, you're going to go, right? So all that energy is going to push, right? It's going to push. And so you're going to be doing this, but you're also going to be doing this, right? Because you're still going up, right? And once that ozone layer, so 10,000, right? The altitude right here, 10,000 is the ozone layer. So you gotta break through that. You need enough energy to just punch through it, because if you don't, you're gonna go you're gonna do a backflip, and that's not fun. Which KSP will probably steal from us. But I mean, it's realistic, you know. So there is no like heating, right? So remember that there's just no heating yet. We got to get that right. So let me open up Paint real quick and show you a little diagram here. Here's Earth, all right? I have this ready to go. This is going to help you. So when in rocket science, you need to go this way as much as you need to go up, right? The atmosphere is harsh, right? Okay. If I go here, all right, at this angle, I'm going to continue to go this direction, right? Once I have left this ozone layer, right? So what you got to do is you kind of got to bend your energy, right? You got to bend your energy in what's called a true gravity turn, right? So a true gravity turn will look something like this, right? To where right at about 100,000 is zero pressure, right? So 100,000 is zero pressure. The true gravity turn, you really gotta turn here, right? And if you turn at the right angle in the right area of the atmosphere, you won't go any higher, right? So you know all that energy is gonna go around that planet and slingshot you around that planet to get that gravity assist or the meter a second to launch to Mars, to the moon, wherever. So it's really all about aiming. So 60, 70, 80, right? 80,000, your altimeter there on the right, 80,000. So once you know you've cleared 10 is that ozone layer. You had enough punch, right? You know. Then you got to start turning. So it's like, okay, well then I'm running out of fuel though, and everything. You're like, okay, so I add weight, and then what happens? You add weight. No, I've made myself a rocket that is an atmospheric rocket, meaning that it flies through the atmosphere, right? Well, if it flies through the atmosphere, right, it's inefficient, right? So you gotta balance that TWR, because this atmosphere is a math equation of death. You know? Right. So when you have the real scale of the Earth, right? You know, practice flying your rocket. You also have different levels of TWR throughout the atmosphere. And I'm going to talk about that because that's important. Because it's not just like Kerbal, it's straightforward. I hit the button, I'm 1-0, so therefore I go up, right? No. So here, right, if you go up too much, you can't turn. Okay, you cannot turn. You know that, right? So that is still logical, right? So it's like, oh shit, man. Oh no, I gotta balance that TWR, and this atmosphere's got like 16 quadrillion layers, right? So that 60, 70, 80, 90 point, right, in the atmosphere is the most dangerous, right? That's really where rockets in real life try to get out of as quickly as possible. That would be, if I were to visualize that, it'd be right here. because this area, it costs the most fuel, and it's the most unstable for the rocket, right? So they gotta get to 100,000. So if they angle their approach, right, to kind of come up, you know, like this, you know, and then they're like, okay, but, right, my TWR through this thicker chain, right, then releases me to a 3.75 TWR through this chain. I have to start turning here, right, because all of that energy is still going to be pushing me up, right, because I'm not in, I'm past the ozone layer. I'm still almost 0G. I'm still able to float like a bird. Right? I'm still able to kind of fly up, you know? And so then you really got to get angular, right? So it's all about your mass on your angles. So remember that. It's all about your mass on your angles. Because that's where it gets sketchy. You know? If your mass is different, your angles are different, right? So if I'm a really heavy rocket, right? Really heavy rockets, right? Like Athena's are going to do this. This is what they're going to do. They're going to go straight up. Hold on. Let me make this. They're going to go straight up. Oh my god. Stop it. They're going to do this. Oh my gosh. Alright. Paint, it gets glitchy, I tell you. Anyway. Athena's is going to do this. Right? Because Athena's is heavy. Okay? And that's just how it is, right? And you're not going ever straight up, right? So it'd be more along the lines of this, right? Be more along the lines of this. Right? It's going to go really high up. Right? It's going to go really, really high up and out. Because they got to punch through that ozone layer. Okay? They got to punch through that ozone layer. And they got a lot of weight to punch through that ozone layer. If they don't punch through that ozone layer hard enough, right, they're going to bounce off of it, right? And I'm going to show you what that looks like. So they're going to come up like this. They're going to come down like this. And it's going to look like that, right? And that's going to suck. And you're going to hit the ground. So, gotta get that, the perfect balance. So if you're going 265 meters a second, would break through it, but did I slingshot out good enough to increase that TWR? It's like, okay. So you have your low burn, right? You have your low burn. My low burn in atmosphere, right? This guy cost me about 4,000, right? Cost me about $4,000 down here, right? Right? This cost me about 800, 900, right? A good rocket. This should cost you 4. This should cost you 8 or 9. Right? So I'm left with like 2 or 3,000. Nope. You're gonna be left with nothing, right? So you gotta like put some overhead room in there, add some stages for that, right? So you're like, okay. So I'm left with, all right, so I'm at 2,000, right? So then you're burning, right? You're burning, and we leave. We're burning here, and we burned at 2,000. We're next stage, right? We stage at this point. We're at 2,000. We're at 2,000 meters a second. It's nothing. You just started your journey. You've just begun, right? And this part right here is going to take you a psycho amount of calculating to make it efficient, to make it right, to make it strong. And that's what rocket science is. And that's why this game, in my opinion, is the most goated. So I wanted to let you know about that, because weight and TWR through different sections, you're gonna feel it, you're gonna watch it, you're gonna hover your mouse over your TWR, you're gonna be watching it climb. You're gonna say it's not climbing very fast, and my meters a second. I'm not going lateral. I'm not going lateral fast. I'm not going lateral fast because I'm still in the atmosphere. It's slowing me down. This planet is huge. I got so far to go. That's why even just getting to the moon in this game is horribly hard, right? And just getting to, this anywhere really is terribly hard. It's Earth. Earth is a bitch to get away from. I gave you some things you want to look at, right? Some things you want to focus on when building your rockets, because they're important. They're very important. When you go to NASA, watch NASA rocket launches and try to mimic their TWR, you see an identical result, It's pretty sweet, dude. Yeah. And KSP's like planet is 1/3 of Earth in rocket science. But even it being 2 times bigger, it's still not as big. But I don't know if what they consider 2x time. I don't know. Maybe it's 3 or 4x time. Hold on. I'm gonna fast travel to the daytime. Also, something I need to bring up. Something very important. The Earth's atmosphere in the morning is less dense. Taking off in the morning will significantly increase the performance of your rockets. Same thing on most planets. The atmosphere, it basically is less condensed because later in the day, all the moisture, goes up, right? And then it sits there. And in the morning, things are really thin. So if you're coming in a planet and you're trying to come into the atmosphere, the morning time, right, is a really good time to come in for like a landing or an approach. I don't believe KSP mimics that, but we do. So you'll notice that your rocket will perform better in the mornings, and that's why. Oh, I'm sure it does, dude. I don't hate it. I'm time warping. I was, you see, I didn't go up high enough. I didn't have enough altitude. Yeah, that did not work. I went too steep, but I was able to get to 2,100 in atmosphere. I need to watch out because my debris is still there in space, so I might hit it on the way up. I'm really trying to get a lot of speed here. Really trying to get that freaking gravity assist here. And I think I did it. And I still have 3,404 left over. I'm basing all of that off of real life mission parameters for rovers to Mars. All of these numbers that I'm using in these stages are as realistic as possible. Golly, this looks so good, man. So if you go to contracts, Techno Freak, I'll show you. Start off with the basics. I'll do this on stream, with your community. Should go to contracts here. And I would start off with the orbits, then the moon, and then the Mars. I challenge you. I challenge you to start off with the orbits and get a really nice orbit, right? And then get a lander on the moon, you know? We have landing legs. We also have airplanes. We have runways. We have no people yet. And then start over with stream. That's what I do. So I mess up a ton on gameplay. Makes people have more fun. And you send off to Twitch to add the game to the listing. Oh, it's already listed. I got it listed. It's already listed. I got it listed. Yeah, that's how I actually was able to join the development team. And not only that, because I did the research. I started like every other person. And then I was like, this game gets no love. And it's the greatest game I've ever played. And so, me and Arjun just... The other Russian guy who, you know, does the coding and everything, just developed this relationship. And I started the sales. I started, you know, research. And we just started working together. And then I was like, damn, me and him, we're the dream team, dude. And then here we are, set in stone, making the game, beasting, talking about things, adding things, talking about maybe our next plans, what's smart, what's not smart to do in the future. Do we do this? Do we do this? Gathering information, scouting, doing some things, doing some business things, you know? And it's been an awesome relationship with Umbi Games. And I am honored, beyond honored, man. I love it, dude. But Techno, this game will it will break you, man. You will have to watch videos, mission plans, and you will triumph very slowly in the game, and it will make you feel so good when you complete your missions, and it'll take a lot of time. It took me a year and a half. And it took me over a year and a half to make one of my best rockets that I've ever made in this game. And I'll show it to you guys now. But then he released new parts, which then makes this rocket not the best rocket ever. What, you want to see a rocket? Let me show you one. Yeah. This fucker is massive, man. This isn't my biggest rocket. When I say this fucker is massive, I mean it. This thing is huge. That's 59 rockets right there, by the way. My TWR is almost to 3. You have a good night. Thanks for chilling. Alright. I'm gonna come lurk, okay? Actually, I think I'll raid you. I think I'll raid you and I'll let you take the spot. Let me finish up the let me finish up this launch here. This rocket is nuts. Still going. It's still going. Still, I'm time warping so fast. This is 5,000. This was before we had the new rockets, so you had to go nuts. You had to make rockets this freaking crazy in order to get to, like, you know, orbit. And then this guy's got 4,900 to go. But alright. I'll hit you with the raid, Techno Freak. I'll host you. Alright. Where are you at? Here you are. Let me know when you're starting. I want to host you. Alright guys, I want to host him. No, he's not live yet. No. Go live. Go live. Go live, Techno Freak. He's like, I'm shaving. I'm implanting the chip in my brain. I'm putting my streamer chip in. I love you guys. Thank you for coming out. If you're on YouTube and you're watching, you want to head on over to Twitch and watch Techno Freak play some games. He's in the Kerbal Space Program too. Discord. Or sorry, he's in the Kerbal Space Program 2 category on Twitch. Oh my gosh, dude. Hey, no, I should stop streaming, dude. Today, right now. There he is. He's live. I'm gonna go raid him. Thank you. Love you. Have a good day. I don't raid a lot of people, guys. I don't. Because I'm weird. Alright. And I am going to raid him now. Go!